you so much for joining me today for a live broadcast. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I really like them as well. And I wanted to address some questions that I've been getting, and I wanted to make a video about it. I thought about making a video, but then I thought, you know, there was a couple of questions that had actually been pending since before I went to Chicago, and I hadn't addressed it. So I thought I would go ahead and record it, and I will do future Q&A videos. But what I used to do and what I enjoyed doing was having you post the questions in a video, and then I could go look at the questions and address them really a lot more fully than I can sometimes in a live broadcast. But of course, your questions are always welcome. Let me see if I can open up a chat really quickly here. A little chat window. Hold up. Let me see. New window. Okay, and I should be fine with the echo. I think I muted everything. So let me know if I sound okay. I know I need to speak up as well. Those are things that are always in my input. So I really do appreciate your criticisms, as long as they're constructive and not, you know, overly rude. Some people can be overly rude, but we'll get to that in a little while. Makeup Zombie, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. Miss Elizabeth is Makeup Zombie there in the chat. And she was kind enough to send me this beautiful box of jewelry, a bag of some of her goodies that she finds. And I did a video about it. It's my latest one. I was so overwhelmed with all those wonderful things in there. I just can't believe your generosity and your kindness, but I really want to thank you again for that. I really, really appreciate it. And guys, if you scroll over by her name, you can to her. Please do so. I promise you, you won't regret it. She has the most fun videos. And like I said before, in that video, I totally copied the way she does her close-ups with her tripod, because it's just so enjoyable that way to be able to see, you know, all the marks and everything. It looks like I'm losing a little bit of a stream there. Please let me know how I sound and everything. Peggy Hart is here as well. And Sandra, how are you? I'm so glad you're here as well. Thank you so much. I put a comb in it today. I put the comb in just to put my makeup on, because my hair tends to get all the colors of my makeup in it. It picks it right up. And then I thought, you know what? I think I like the way it looks. I put some spray on there, and there you go. All right, Sheila Snyder, I'm glad you're here as well. Live with Wendy, how are you? And Effie's Girl or F's Girl 999. Thank you for letting me know the sound is good. And also thank you so much for all the information you always put in my comments. I learned so much from you. I really am grateful for that. And I don't know if you do videos, but if you do, let us know so that we can subscribe. And if you don't, you should, because you are a wealth of knowledge. She knows all about everything jewelry. All right. Well, let's get started then with the first question that I got that I wanted to address was from a subscriber, and it's about this necklace. She, I think, posted it in a video. I could not find it again, so I can't name her. But she asked me, how do you wear these little corded type of pearl necklaces that we all come across in our jewelry jars or anywhere? And I think the most flattering way to wear it is like this, with kind of just the way you tie a normal scarf. And I do have a scarf here just to show you that you just put it around your neck, and then you just put the double strand right here into the hoop. It might be easier to see with the scarf, but that's all you do. That's the way I like to tie most of my scarves, especially the wintry ones, so that we can stay nice and warm. But that's basically what I do. And that's what I did with this necklace. You can also just wear it the longer way, you know, just tie a knot. I guess if you like them hanging, would be nice as well, just like this. I think that's pretty too. Can you guys see that? I think that's a nice look too. And even a bow would work. People are really into those bows nowadays, so that works too. Which one do you like best? I like the long one too. I think it's kind of nice, but sometimes it gets in the way. So someone had asked me about that, and I thought I would address that. But again, I do want to try to do another series. If you guys have been following me for the 4 or 5 years I've been here on YouTube, I used to do, hey, Paula B., how are you? I used to do a Q&A series, and I had to rely on you guys posting questions in the comment sections. And it, had to do really about anything, except, of course, you don't want to answer anything really personal, but most of my subscribers have wonderful personalities, and they would never dream of asking personal questions, I don't think. Well, too personal anyway. But so if you guys are interested, you can post some more questions when we get off. You can post some more questions here on this video, because that would really keep it live and vital as well. Because, once it goes dormant, sometimes people don't go back and comment. But I think it's a good idea to do so. And guys, if you're new to the channel, I hope you walked in and hit that like button as soon as you walked in. And please don't forget to do it when you walk out the door. But also, don't forget to subscribe. We do have a lot of content here, not just reselling, but lots of jewelry and jarrings and unboxings. And I also have been trying to get back to my perfume reviews. I used to do a lot of perfume reviews as well. And I had I bought a new perfume. Well, actually, it was given to me. My sister gave it to me. And she gave me some literature on it. So I really want to turn you on to it. It's by Valentino, and I believe it's called Valentina. So I can't wait to do that review for you guys. I hope you come back and see that. Okay, another question that I got. She also, well, this actually kind of segues into the pearl question, because I got some more questions from a lady about pearls. Now, I don't know everything there is to know about pearls. There are a lot of websites out there. But I do know that cultured pearls are the ones that are man-made, well, or man-harvested, rather. And then there are the natural pearls, and I know that dictates the price. That really kind of is what dictates the price, whether they're nicely symmetrically in shape and luster and all of that. That's really the only thing I can kind of tell you about. I can direct you to other videos. Margaret did a great series, I believe, in her group about pearls, and they had shared a lot of links in that group. But there's also lots of things that you can Google as well. I do love the Tahitian pearls that come in all shades, as you know. So those are fabulous. But I do love the dark ones, and I've always dreamed of finding, maybe one day buying a set of opera length, which is I guess it would be right around my neckline is the opera length of the champagne pearls. I think those are so beautiful. I don't know how they would look on my coloring though, because I think people go by what they're coloring, their complexion as well as what's more flattering. But I guess it's what you like as well. And so that was one thing she asked me. This was a different subscriber, and I couldn't find her question on my iPad. I tried looking for it before I got on here, but I couldn't find it. So I'm sorry that I don't address you by name. But she also wanted to know about I keep mentioning how I love copper, and I do love the way it looks. I do. I love selling it, but I wear copper. I used to wear it on my hands for my arthritis, but I gave a lot of my copper rings to my mother because her and I suffer from the same ailment. And hey, Kim Riggs, how are you? Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday to you as well. And I suffer from the same ailment as my mother. And it's so funny because it skipped a generation. My grandmother did not have arthritis. My great-grandmother did. And it showed in her hands, and it shows in mine, and it shows in my mother's. And not only does it show, but it's my hands, get those little, I forget what they call those little bumps that you can get on your knuckles. But her doctor told her, my mother's doctor told her that it was a good idea to rub them and to keep them, like massage them, because that kind of alleviates the pain. But we've always believed, and other people believe it too, and her grandmother, my great-grandmother, used to wear copper rings, and they said that it would help her pain. And as a matter of fact, she was telling me when I gave her a lot of the copper rings that I have, because she does wear them in all her hands, because she's a lot more afflicted than I am. She's in her, I think she just turned 80 actually. And she was telling me that her dad and uncles would make the great-grandmother their copper rings. They would literally sit there and cut copper and, fashion it into different styles. And she was covered, her entire hands were covered with copper rings. So that's why I wear these pointer rings that I wear in my hands. And I've gotten so many compliments on them. I really have. People have told me they like them and so forth and so on in person. But I've gotten a lot of comments on my videos. Either they're telling me they're distracting, or they tell me that my jewelry is distracting when I showcase the jewelry. And I'm sorry that that is the case for you. I really, really am, because my other jewelry, my bracelets and all of that, I actually go to bed with it. I would sooner stop breathing than to go to bed without jewelry. That's just the way I am. The only thing that I would probably not go to bed with is, some costume jewelry. But my good fine jewelry, I wear it all the time and I love it. And I'm wearing these rings because they counteract the pain in my hands. Granted, these are not copper rings, and I'm still hunting for copper rings all the time. But just the fact that they're tight on these joints that are so painful, I literally wake up in pain with them. And for some reason, I don't know, I almost want to patent the thing, but for some reason, putting these rings on, I don't wake up with the pain. They literally throb. They literally throb with pain. Or if I brush up against anything, it doesn't even have to be light. I mean, it doesn't even have to be heavy. It can be just something light, like I just brush up this against a cup, or happen to, a student will hand me something and I'll grab it the wrong way. It literally hurts so, so bad. And these rings are a barrier. They actually help me in that way as well. So I don't know. It's just something that I happened upon, again, with the copper rings. I learned about it. My mother told me about it. I researched it as well. There's people who don't believe in it. There's people who say that no. But then there's, I mean, metal is a property, right? It's got properties. And there are so many things out there that not all of us understand. I'm certainly not in the medical field. I don't know why things work and why things don't. I actually worked with a student, a very severely disabled student, who not only had autism and several other comorbid ailments, but one thing he did have was seizure disorder. And they implanted a magnet in the back of his neck, and we had to hold another magnet, and we would stop his seizures that way. And we carried that in his backpack everywhere. Why does that metal work to stop seizures? I don't know, but that's what happens. So I can't keep explaining to people that are constantly telling me to not wear my jewelry, or to why, that they're ugly or whatever. I can't keep explaining that to people. I'm sorry that onto the rude comments that, people leave in the videos. I can't keep explaining to you why I love jewelry, and I'll wear it, and I'll wear bangles, and I'll wear noisy things. And that's just what I do. That is my taste. When I'm at work, I try to be courteous, and I cover my banging jewelry with sleeves especially when I'm in a meeting and I'm typing and whatnot. But, I know it can be disturbing to some people, so I definitely do that. But this is not a meeting. This is not, anything that I think is formal. I think we're all friends here, and I think we should be civil to each other. But if you're going to sit there and insult me, as one comment did, and tell me that my rings are spoon rings and that they're from the 6th grade, and she was 51 years old and she stopped wearing in the 6th grade. Well, you know what? I'm in my 6th decade, and I will wear what I want, when I want, how I want. I will wear my makeup the way I want. I will wear the jewelry that I want. And if you are not comfortable with watching that kind of a video, that something is bothering you about the video, there are millions and millions and millions of people putting out jewelry videos, millions. And so please don't feel the need to insult me and I hate to address haters, but I really just want to, I know that she probably hate watches, and that's fine. But I really want to address people who act that way, because I deal with children every single day that are either on the spectrum and are oppositionally defiant, and all of these disorders that we now have. And I'm not talking about autism in general, because that is a whole other realm. And I love my children with autism. I love the way they see the world. They have made me think of the world in a different way. They really have, and their behaviors are excused if they do happen to have behaviors that are not socially acceptable. But then there are other children that don't fall in that realm, and then I see that they talk to teachers, they talk to their parents in a horrible way, and then I talk to the parents, and I can see why, because the parents talk to us the same way. And I'm seeing that across the board lately, where people have no sense of civility, no sense of decorum. If you don't like something, what makes you think I want to hear it? I really don't really care. If it happens to be about the fact that I need a microphone, that's something else. Yes, I do. And I'm working on that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you insulting my taste. Who am I to go to you and say, I don't like the way you wear your mascara. Oh, I can't believe you're still wearing cat eyeliner. Or I don't like the way you dyed your hair red. That makes you look horrible. Who am I to tell you that? If it makes you happy and you look great, or you see yourself in the mirror and you think you look great, then by golly, be that. Do what makes you happy. But this is why I wear my rings. I'm going to continue to wear more. I was lucky and blessed enough to have someone send me some jewelry. Another girl sent me, another subscriber, a wonderful woman named Rose, and I'm not going to give her last name because she didn't give me permission to. She sent me a box, a medium flat rate box full of jewelry. And while I was doing the unboxing, I put all those rings on, and they gave me such joy. And you may think they're tacky. That's fine. You think what you want. You want to wear tiny little stud diamonds only and a simple pearl necklace? That's fine too. Everyone is different. Everyone wears what they want to wear. If I feel like dressing in a costume that day, and I will put on my Southwestern jewelry, and I will put on my Western shirt and my Lou Casey boots, that's what I'm going to do, because that's what makes me happy. My mother didn't tell me how to dress. She tried. God bless her, she tried, but she didn't get very far. Neither did my father, and my husband would never even think of telling me what to wear, ever. So I'm certainly not going to listen to you, who happens to think that my jewelry is tacky and ugly and went out in the 6th grade. Maybe it did for you, but again, I'm in my 6th decade. I will wear what I want, when I want, how I want. Now, on to happier things. Sorry, guys, I had to go on that rant. Oh, my gosh. Let me see. I think that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah. And that was pretty much it. But I will see my comments here. Oh, guys, did you know that the comments are going to be permanent now? They just let me know when I signed on that all of your comments are going to come up permanently. So for other people to, I'm happy, because I'm usually, when I sign off, I try to scroll through really quickly because I miss some of the comments, and I don't do that OBS software and everything that other people do. I think Lonnie does it, and Margaret, and I'm not sure if Tanya has done it as well, but those are so much fun to be able to read again. So I'm really happy about being able to do that. Oh, another question I got was, where do you shop? And I don't mind sharing that I live in Houston, but I've told you guys, and I've run into several of my subscribers, mutual subscribers as well, in the Houston area. And, you know, we shop in the same places, the Salvation Army, the Goodwill. They're popping up everywhere. But I have found nice jewelry all over Houston, all over Houston. If I am in a place, and believe me, there's places in Houston that I have not, that I have not discovered. So I shop everywhere. I really, really do. I shop everywhere I want to shop. I will not let an opportunity go by without going to a thrift store. If I happen to be in the seediest side of town, I'm stopping either at a garage sale or a thrift store. And if that thrift store smells to high heaven when I walk in, I'm not going to walk out. No, I'm going to go in and dig. That's what I do. And I have found gold in jewelry jars in at least 5 different Goodwills. So that's that about the shopping. So I'm going to look in the chat and see if we have any more questions. If you do have questions, guys, can you post them? And then I'll do a little haul. I don't want to do the clothing because I got some really nice clothes, and I like doing the clothing hauls in the other room, and I like doing them videotaped as well, because I think you can really see them a little bit better. I can take my time. This camera is limiting, believe it or not. This camera on my Mac is limiting. It's okay with the close-ups for jewelry. It's not as good as the tripod thing, but it's okay. And but I'm going to do a little bit of a haul of some jewelry that I found last time and I forgot to show you, and what I found yesterday, and then we'll save the clothing haul for later. So let me just look really quickly to say, Paula B, I think I did say hello to you. How are you? Vintage Sunset Beach. Oh, thank you so much. She says, your rings are not distracting. They're gorgeous and therapeutic as well. I'm a bangle girl too. I can't leave the house without my bracelets. Absolutely. Don't you enjoy bracelets? I mean, I've always thought, you can actually see the bracelets and see the rings. Maybe that's why I gravitate towards it. I do love necklaces as well, and I've had a lot of favorites, but I keep thinking, gosh, that's such a pretty pendant. It should be a ring. And I wind up selling a lot of my fine pendants because I guess I don't enjoy them as much as I would a ring or a bracelet. Yeah, and there's a way to tell somebody something, you know. I don't dispute that. I love when people say, "Can you speak up? Can you get a mic?" I've got a mic in my little shopping cart because my voice does tend to get low, and for some reason, I don't even have a teacher voice. I need a teacher voice. Somebody give me a teacher voice. Oh, well, no, she's not, they got divorced. Well, I had a cousin-in-law. She was a teacher. She had the most fantastic teacher voice. Whenever we had family picnics or anything, she was the one that would get everything together, and she was great. But yeah, I need to practice that. Maybe there's YouTube video on it because I do tend to, you know, kind of fade away. Oh, is Carla getting those hate comments too? Carla, you are the sweetest thing on YouTube. Don't you let anyone get you down. I love her style too, guys. If you don't know that Princess Casserole there in the chat, she does videos as well, lots of jewelry videos, but we've met her husband, who's very charming, and she's just a great personality. Please go subscribe to her. If you kind of scroll on the 3 dots there, it'll take you directly to her channel. And I can't believe someone would actually give you hate comments. She's got a wonderful style about her. She loves vintage and she wears it so well. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's the dark hair, the personality or what, but I feel like I'm watching sometimes when some of the things you put on, I feel like I'm watching the Waltons. Remember the Waltons when they would get dressed up and they'd wear those pretty hats? And then I also have this wonderful book that I want to glance through today. It's called Leading Ladies. And it's got these 11 by 14 prints of Greta Garbo and Susan Hayworth and all these 40s, 50s glam stars. And it reminded me of you as well. So you don't worry about what people say. I'm trying not to, but I really wanted to address it because the rings are not coming off, guys. They're not coming off. I'm sorry. I go to bed with them, and that's just the way it is. Oh, good. I'm glad, Thrifty Chick, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you've been able to hear me. And I would definitely do a lot of research on that jewelry because, I mean, not a lot, don't waste too much time, but definitely look at some comps on eBay. I sold some vintage jewelry for a coworker a couple of years ago, and it was from her grandmother, and it was interesting because I think she just couldn't bring herself to do it. She not only didn't really know, oh my gosh, why am I getting, can you guys see me? I'm losing the stream. Maybe I'm going too long. Here I am. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, I think the pain of mourning her mother was kind of hard. Her mother was gone, and it was kind of hard for her to put them up for sale. So I helped her out with that. That's why a lot of times I think, why not sell the stuff now? Now, my mother gave me a lot of her jewelry that she had, but she wasn't a big jewelry person. She was the charm bracelet and the brooch and the pretty little earrings, but she was definitely not a big collector. So I didn't have a whole lot, and a few things. I think I talked to you guys about it. I actually lost some of her jewelry because since I was, I believe 3rd grade, I borrowed her genuine 14 karat gold cameo jade earrings because I just love them, and I took them to school, and a 3rd grader just lost them in the playground, I think. And I still have that one. I should turn that into a pendant or a ring. I still have that one earring. She says, well, keep it. You lost it. But yeah, I've been loving jewelry for a long, long time. So I wish you luck with that. And Etsy is definitely the place to put some of that stuff in. But don't discount eBay. eBay is a great venue for selling jewelry. And it's a great place. It's like a Google search, really. Amazon and eBay are like Google searches. You can, maybe not with vintage jewelry for Amazon, but you can definitely find your answers on eBay as to what things are, how to, what keywords to use. I think Tanya was talking about it yesterday. and I do that as well, is you put in your description first to search it, and then you can always just put sell similar. And that really saves you a lot of time because it'll already categorize it for you. And you can borrow their keywords. You can change them a bit if you're not happy with them, but know that you did find that by searching it that way. So, and then of course you want to change the color or anything that might be different about it, but that's a great shortcut to do on eBay. All right, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, let me start with the little haul that I got. I was happy to find this yesterday. Speaking about my autistic children, my children with autism that I teach, one of the ones the one I was telling you that had the seizure disorder, his mother loved to give sea stars, and I told you about that motif that I always loved, the starfish. I think they call them sea stars now. What do they call them now? I don't know. But anyway, she also gave me this little box filled with Kleenex. And I found some refills yesterday. And I've had this for about 5 years and haven't been able to find refills in about 2. But I found a whole package of Christmas refills. And these were only, I believe they cost me about 20 cents. They're really cute. They're kind of hard to find. Do you guys see these like at the dollar stores? I don't know. I don't really go to the dollar store. But here's one with Santa. But I like to have my Kleenex in my purse. So, and I'm glad I'm able to use this again, because every time I do, I think about my precious students that I no longer have. That little boy is probably, I had him when he was in 3rd and 4th. He's probably in 7th. Oh, probably high school by now. I hope he's doing well. There's a doll. All right. And then I also got, I have a couple of jewelry pieces, but let's start with this. I'm going to open this up probably when I do my other thrift haul in the other room so you can see it. But this is the alabaster Scentsy. It's really pretty. It's white, and I think it'll go with all my milk glass back here. Well, it does, but it doesn't look like milk glass, but it just looks a lot more opaque. But I think you can see the picture there. This thing only cost me $5, guys. And I may check the comps on it on eBay anyway, because some of these are discontinued, and like the scents that people get really attached to, and then you can get a good dollar for them on eBay. So do the warmers. So I've never been lucky enough to find one in a box. I often find them, out of the box or with one piece missing, either the top, or sometimes I'll just find the little tray. But I like to buy them because I have a Scentsy almost in every room. I never really did buy them retail, except for one lady who does videos, Lori Beth, I think. I forgot. I think she has numbers behind it. It's Lori Beth, and she does sales, and she lets us know when they go on sale and everything. So I do like to patronize her channel to buy my Etsy refills. Though I do like the what's in Walgreens too. Those are always nice. Okay, and then I did find a jewelry jar. This is a really tiny one. I'm going to do this one later. This one's really loose, and I don't see anything interesting. I don't know why I bought it. I think I bought it because I was just desperate for a jewelry jar 2 weeks ago. I still haven't opened it. I paid $10 for it. It was marked 14, so I paid about 10. But I think I did see one thing in here that says Millennium. I don't know why. I think that one's interesting, but I do. And some turquoise. Some turquoise and some genuine puka. And sometimes those little puka shells may contain something like, fetish birds, the little fetish, or the little turquoise nuggets. So I'm going to look at that. And for $10, and then yesterday I went and they had 6. I'm going to show you some footage when I do a ride along. Guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave, if you have to leave, or when you just walk in the door. Please know that here we do a lot of Saturday live chats, but I do thrift hauls. I do ride-alongs, I do jewelry hauls, and what else? I'm going to do some fragrance reviews and unboxings. So I hope you come back and join me for that. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell as well, because that'll notify you when I go live, and it'll notify you when I get a new video up. All right, so that's what I got, and I do get a lot of other things that I'm going to show you in the clothing department, including new with tags. That was exciting. But last week, I forgot to show you this Henri Bechtel bracelet that I got for about $2, and it's a bangle. I forgot how to open it now. I think I pushed there. Anyway, I'm not going to work with it right now, but It has the logo there in the middle, gold with silver, and it says Henry Bechtel on it. And I liked it because it really reminded me of the Hermes with the color. And they put out some of those, I forget what they call their bracelets, click or clack, I don't know. It's got a fancy little funny name. But that's what it reminded me of. I thought it was really pretty. And this is a very high-end store, as you know, and he does a lot of signature things. So, and plus I do have a scarf from this store that is orange like this, and it's animal print, but it's actually velvet. It's so pretty. So I think I'll pair that together. I think that'll be really nice. And again, that was only about $2. Yeah, because it's 4. So I got that. And then someone was telling me about what this kind of a clasp is. I wanted to show this big one that I got because someone answered that question for me. I found this pendant in a jar, and they said it was to accommodate a bigger cord, or, you know, maybe a pearl necklace or something. And this is mother of pearl. And if I'm showing it to you now for the second time, or if you haven't seen it, it's because I haven't uploaded that video yet, but I will shortly. But anyway, thank you for answering me that question, about that little bail, about the little pendant that was in the wonderful bag that Elizabeth Makeup Zombie sent me. So yes, Makeup Zombie, Elizabeth, that's what I was talking about, the copper properties for arthritis. Like I said, I don't know if it's a placebo effect. I just know that we've been doing it for a long time. My mother, as soon as I started getting it, my mother told me about that. She said her grandmother used to do that. And like I was saying, my grandmother did not have that affliction. Only my mother and I share it. My sister doesn't have it. My sister has beautiful skin, beautiful hands. She hated the sun when we were growing up. She's only a year older than me. But I was a beach fanatic. We lived in Corpus, and I lived at the beach. I love fishing. I love everything about it. And my skin shows it. And hers, oh my gosh, it's like porcelain. It's so pretty. So, oh, here's another thing that I got. And this was $2.50. And Margaret did a thing about these kinds of fossil rocks or stones or whatever. But she showed some really pretty ones. I thought this one was really unique. It's already got the bail on it. And it's just kind of like painted gold. What do they call this? Gilded, I guess, all around. It's a very asymmetrical shape. This was about $3. It was marked 5. So I got that as well. I thought that was very pretty. I love green. I love green jewelry. I hope you can see it. And if you know anything about it, let me know. I'm not sure what kind of a stone or anything that it is. And I thought it was very, very nice because it's long. So I think it'll look pretty. But the bail is a little bit, see, this is where that thing could come in handy here, right? So I could put a much larger, thicker chain. But I like it. I would like it to fall right about there. I think that would be nice. Excuse me. All right. So, oh, one last thing before I leave. Finding me in the section of the for my stores. I'm going to try. I did see it recently, how to add the links as a default to my description box, but I'm going to have to research that again because I forgot. I watched somebody's video about it. I forgot who it was. I think it was Neiman, or I don't know, one of the YouTube content creator helpers out there, but I forgot how to do it. So if you guys remember, let me know, or do a video about it. I was going to ask Tanya, but I don't see her to hear it right now, to do a video about it because I forgot how to do it. But either way, because I know you can put the little icons at the top of the page where my cover art is, and I had my Facebook one there, but then I clicked it today and it was dead, so I don't know why it's not working. So I'm going to work on that, so you can either find them there or you'll be able to find them again in the description box in all of my videos. That's what I'm hoping, that I can remember how to do that so that they're always there in every one of my videos, so you can find my stores if you want to. And like I said before, anytime I do a haul or anything, if there is something that interests you, don't hesitate to ask me about it. We can do a PayPal transaction, or if you want to send me a money order. Some ladies have been kind enough to ask me about items, and they've sent me money orders, and we've gotten to know each other, and it's all been great. So it's up to you guys, or if you prefer to do it at a store, that's fine as well. I totally understand that. But I will try to do that as soon as possible. And I think that is it, guys. I hope I addressed all the questions that I wanted to talk about. Again, I want to thank you, Miss Elizabeth, Makeup Zombie, for sending me that wonderful box of jewelry. That was so wonderful. I put that necklace on, but I took it off a little while ago so I could put this one on and showcase it, so I could show that subscriber who had asked me the question about it. But I've been wearing some of those things already. They're beautiful. Some of the things, of course, I won't wear. I'll probably sell. I'll give away. I love everything in that box. And then Miss Rose sent me a box too. And I started 2 videos about it already, because it is quite a task to open all those wonderful bags of goodies in there. So stay tuned for those unboxings. I am going to probably put it in 3 parts, because each one has been about 30 or 40 minutes, maybe even longer. And they can get long and maybe even tedious or boring for you. And that's the last thing I want to do. Plus, it takes a long time to upload a longer video as well. I think the last one that I did took about half a day, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but anyway, because I have to put them in my computer and upload them that way. Normally, I do it on my phone, and those are pretty quick, but it won't do the longer videos. So I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad the chat is staying permanent for us. Be sure and hit the like button and hit that subscribe button as well. I hope to see you back here next week. I'm working on a ride-along video for you. Of course, always a sales video. I want to keep you up to date on that. And I think we got it all figured out. Please, if you want me to start a new series of Q&A, leave me some questions, and I'll start doing them recorded. So that way I can really delve into your question. I can do some research or whatever it may be, and then I'll have a new series. Like I said, I used to do it that way, but I just wanted to kind of start it up today with a live one, because I wanted to wear the necklace and everything. So I will see you guys very soon. I want to thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate it. My moderators, you make it very pleasant for everyone to be here, and I really appreciate it very, very much. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.